Rovell's tweet says, 11-year-old son wanted to bet, so instead of saying no, which is not the answer, I set him up with a free-to-play app. I've been monitoring his quote bets and talking to him about his losses. Looked on app today to find this, and then it shows the picture. Odds should be at least 20x on that.
Why is no not the answer?
Thank you for saying that. Someone asked that in the comments. Genuinely asking, but why isn't no the answer? Why can't you say you have to be 18 to gamble like the commercials and ads, etc. say? Darren Rovell. Because he's going to face it whether I monitor it or not. The ads don't control these kids. Parenting isn't about saying no here.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, I gotta press the button, bro.
Oh, well, I thought that's what we
just did. The button has been pressed.
I thought that's what we just did.
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay.
Go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Nanodosing. I'm PFT. I had a fucking weird haircut.
No, it's not that weird. I got a pretty normal haircut.
I feel like it changes every week. What are you going for?
I got pulled back. I just pulled it back this morning.
Let me see. Turn to the side.
Got a little mini bun.
Why the cleft in the front?
Man,
because I just kind of
mullet.
I just kind of ruffled it up a little bit this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, the cleft.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
A cleft front.
A ruffle.
A ruffle. Yeah, ruffle.
A man bun mullet. This is. Have you done the thing that nobody has done?
No, this has been happening since the dawn of time.
Man bun mullet.
Yeah, it happens. Listen, sometimes it's just easier to tie it up. Can I get some help from the ladies that have long hair? Sometimes it's just easier to tie your hair up.
Totally with you, sister.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Preach, sister.
Yeah.
Period, queen.
Period. With a T.
Queen.
Do what you need to do, legend. Do you need a clock clip?
Clock it.
Clock it.
We're back on nanodosing. Did I use that right?
Yeah.
Sweet. It is January 20th. It's Tuesday, and today's episode is brought to you by Kraken, the official crypto partner of Barstool Sports. Kraken is the real deal, trusted by over 13 million users. It's secure. It doesn't fold when things get weird. Whether you're buying your first Satoshi or if you're trading like a PSYOP day trader, Kraken has the tools. What you get? 350 plus cryptocurrencies to trade. You get recurring buys. You get rewards for holding. They're geo-dependent. You get up to $200 when you refer your friends. Terms and conditions apply. And right now, Kraken's handing out $25 in free Bitcoin to Stoolies. Go to kraken.com/barstool. Use code BARSTOOL25, and boom, it's in your account. New year, new trades. Control what you can. Trust no one, except maybe Kraken. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding New York and Maine through Payward Interactive Incorporated. Welcome back to Nanodosing. It is the 20th. We got a lot to get into today. Big weekend. Happy MLK Day. We're recording this on MLK Day on the Monday, and it's coming out on the Tuesday. So I don't know if there's anything MLK specific you'd like to get into today, but should at the very minimum acknowledge it's MLK Day as we're recording it.
Absolutely. Happy MLK Day. Remember, he was a revolutionary, anti-capitalist, anti-imperialist, and he gets remembered as, can we all get along? He was revolutionary. He was disruptive.
I think the end goal of we should all get along is something that people tend to focus on, and they kind of lose track of all the other stuff that he said.
Also an enemy of the state.
Yep.
People did not like him while he was alive.
Did the FBI, did they release all the files about MLK yet? Are we still hanging on to some of those?
I don't think so. I think there's still some. Could be, though. I don't know.
So we're back. It was a big weekend. It was a big weekend for football in general. Tonight we got the championship game. So by the time you're listening to this, it will have happened.
Do you know that next year it's a week later? It's on the 25th.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
stupid.
The national championship game?
Yes, is on January 25th next year.
That's the longest season in the world, dog. We was already 4 weeks into the combine training when I was in school.
It's crazy. It's insane. And they're still talking this week about 16 teams in the playoff, 24. It's a racket. This honestly is I feel my interest in college football waning slightly. Which if that's the case for me, I know for most people in the country that means it's tremendously gone down.
But do you think a 2014 playoff would attract more casuals?
I'm sure, and that's their goal is to screw it, as many teams as you want, I'll watch that.
So 2014 playoff is being pitched by the Big Ten for the most part, right?
Yeah, I think the Big Ten wants 24 teams, the SEC wants 16. They'll get to 64 eventually. Like they're all just more money.
Why? Yeah, why does the Big Ten want 24?
I'm not entirely sure.
They would just want their guys in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume 24 teams would include every conference champion, which would be absurd. And so then you'd have those, I guess, 9 and then 15 at larges.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a great idea.
It wouldn't bother me if they just cut the December lull out. It wouldn't bother me as much, I guess. There's this big lull at the end of the college football season, and they just stop playing for a month, and then they got to hop back. It's just
well, and you know who hopped into this the other day was President Trump, who just out of nowhere said, "I'm granting Army Navy like a broadcast exemption."
Yeah.
Or I guess it was only a 4-hour window, so theoretically you could still play games on that day, just not during Army Navy.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But yeah, so that's another thing, is that Saturday is taken up by Army Navy.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with Arian that the lull, if there wasn't that gap in there, it would make it seem like it wasn't as drawn out, even if you had this big 24-team tournament. But the problem with that is scheduling and fans traveling. You'd have to just say, every year, the places that are assigned to this conference, they play at this location on this day so that people can start to plan ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like they're just fundamentally changing the sport.
They are. It's a shame.
And
who do you think won last night?
last night, I think Indiana won.
I think so too.
That's
Yeah.
a funny way to put it.
Yeah, Indiana won, and
31-20.
yeah, they covered.
Yeah,
I think they won. They covered, and it was
I just-
not a fun
I
game.
haven't
in the
watched
second
Indiana
half.
play, so I can't call it. I watched Miami play, but I haven't watched Indiana play a full game.
Arian, did you watch any football over the weekend?
I did watch football over the weekend.
What did you think about football?
I think football this weekend was probably some of the best games playoff wise I've seen maybe ever, but in a long time.
Yeah, well, I mean the 49ers Seahawks game was bad.
Yeah, I mean they got out of hand.
But
for the most part, it was competitive, good football going on.
Did you
That's
watch-
why I like the NFL over college. Just good football. Schematically, great football going on.
did you watch the Texans?
I did watch the Texans.
What were your thoughts on Patriots Texans?
I feel like D'Amico's done a hell of a job over there, and I feel like they time coming. I think everybody's kind of wondering if CJ Stroud is the guy for the job. I don't know. I haven't watched him enough to analyze his game like that. But what I do know is, in the moment he shrunk a little bit in this playoffs. And you can see it. It was like almost felt like he was shook a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like something he just didn't look right, which to me looks like he shook. I've seen players get shook before, but you never know. I don't I don't know. I think he's talented. But that's this league. This league is if you don't produce, the rumblings get louder. And I know he's hearing them ever since his rookie season. And so that's the nature of the game, especially when you play quarterback. So in this offseason, it's on you. It's on you, doggy. You gotta put in the work. But again, it's fun watching that defense go to work. That defense is special.
They're nasty. Will Anderson, Lassiter, they got some absolute dogs out there. Will Anderson might be my favorite defensive lineman in the NFL.
He hard. And then what's the linebacker? It was Zero. I don't know his name.
is that Al Shire?
There you go. Cole. I love his game.
Petrie.
Everybody singly. They got a fucking squad,
Kamari
dog.
Lassiter.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. All you got to do when you got a defense like that, don't turn it over.
Yeah.
Don't turn it over, and you gonna walk into the Super Bowl because that defense is that good. And we just
Could I interest you in 5 turnovers? Is that how many they had?
It sounds right. 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
And then
It's bad.
Marks had a fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ugly. And CJ Stroud had such a good rookie year. And then last year, for whatever reason, the offense took a step back, and then people blamed it on the coordinator who didn't come back after that, Bobby Slowick, who after CJ's rookie year, people were talking about Bobby Slowick like he was the next Sean McVay, like he was going to be the next young head coach. And then last year, obviously not great. This year still didn't look very good. Now, he didn't have Nico Collins, and I guess that does make a difference. But he also, like you said, he looked shook. He looked just scared back. He looked very hesitant the entire time. And on a lot of the passes that he was throwing, he was like hesitating just enough, throwing the ball behind his guy. It was a bad performance for CJ. And now they've got to make a decision about CJ Stroud and what they're going to do with his 5th-year option.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like I said, man, in this league, the rumblings get loud. And you're gonna have split camps. This is our guy. You're gonna have, hey, we need to move on. Like, and that's a tough position. You gotta be mentally strong to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
And I know these younger cats live on social media. It's time to log off and lock in.
Yeah.
If I'm him, I'm not touching social media, and I'm just going to work. I'm going to work.
Big T, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
You are the GM of a football team, professional,
I would love that job.
president of football.
Even better job.
You have 2 options for your quarterback.
Okay.
CJ Stroud,
Yep.
Bryce Young.
Who's the head coach?
Coach of your choosing, because you're the president of football.
Okay. I would take Bryce Young.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout
I
out
think
Panthers fans.
I think
What a
Bryce Young
time.
still has something special in him if the right guy can unlock it.
Yeah, you don't think CJ does?
It's there. Like, he's a talented player. But, I mean, it's now 2 years in a row he hasn't really done anything for me.
Yeah.
Like, Bryce Young, the second half of this season was great.
He was, and it's crazy that we're having the conversation because rookie seasons, it was as bad as it could get for Panthers fans. You were certain,
They benched his ass.
without a doubt, you picked the wrong guy. And
His ass is crazy, yo. That's just crazy.
yeah,
What?
Benched his ass.
That's
just
what happened.
That's just crazy, man.
that's what they did. His ass was on the bench. Where was his ass sitting?
They didn't bench his front.
They put Andy Dalton's ass in the game.
You don't crouch on the bench.
That's it. I'll tell you who's going to be good next year. It's Jaguars.
Yeah, they were good this year.
Jaguars. Yeah, but I'm saying like they're gonna make a legit run next year. You heard it here first, Eric.
They got a great head coach, I think. But yeah, the Texans, they got some choices to make this offseason. And then one of the craziest games, I'd say probably maybe the second craziest game of the weekend. Maybe the craziest. Bills-Broncos on Saturday. And
That was a good game.
it was a very good game. He had overtime. Josh Allen played a pretty poor game, I think it's safe to say.
Oh. Mac back there?
Max here, yeah.
No comment. No, I agree.
And then the Bills this morning, we find out the Bills just fired their head coach, Sean McDermott, which I think was the right call. I think Sean McDermott is a good head coach. I think that he did a great job in Buffalo getting them to the playoffs over and over and over again. He's a big part of that turnaround. But at some point, if you keep having these heartbreaking losses in the playoffs, it stays with you and it makes you it affects you as a person and as a coach. And it's time that you got to make a change. I think for everybody, it's probably there might be a certain part of McDermott who feels relief knowing that, hey, end of shift, work here is done. Like, obviously, he doesn't want to be fired and he wishes that things had gone differently. But at some point, if you just keep having these heartbreaking losses, it becomes like a deep part of who you are as a head coach, and you got to make a change. Change of scenery for everybody, I think, would be healthy. So they fired him this morning, and the Broncos beat the Bills on Saturday, and then about 15 minutes after the game's over, Sean Payton says Bo Nix broke his ankle, and he's not going to be able to play moving forward. So now I think as America, we just need to accept the fact that the New England Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl again. It's just going to happen.
Are you trying to reverse jinx? Or?
No, it's just going to happen. It's written in the stars. This is what happens to New England sports fans is everything goes good for you and everything goes bad for everybody else.
It is actually ridiculous that they get to play Jarrett Stidham.
That's how it goes. There's something about New England sports fans that just they have a charmed life.
I did you see this about the Bills? So since 2020, they have the best record in the NFL.
Yep.
Their point differential is 902 in that time frame. Do you know what second is?
Since 2020?
Yeah.
Would it be the Rams have been pretty good?
Well, no, it's the Ravens.
Okay.
But their point differential is 581.
Holy shit.
And the Bills are 902.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, what are these stats? It's just for everybody that doesn't know.
Point differential, just how many points they've scored and how many points your opponents have scored.
Okay, got you. Good.
The Bills they have the best record since 2020. They have scored the most points. They have allowed the fewest points. They have the best record. And they haven't. They get to one AFC championship game or two?
Was it one?
Two, I think.
Two? They, there was the Mahomes, 13 seconds.
They went to overtime.
Overtime, yeah. What was the other AFC championship game for them?
I thought it was also.
Was it also
Was
Mahomes?
Last year?
Let's see, last year,
Yeah.
AFC.
Last year, yeah.
They all run together.
2025?
That's right. That was the one with the tush push.
Oh, the
Did
1
Josh
yard.
make a first down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which-
I kind of blacked that one out of my mind because that was right after the Commanders got their ass kicked by the Eagles.
Fair.
I was in a bad mood. So McKenzie, your Bills making a big change. Did you want McDermott gone?
No, I don't think so, but I understand like why they had to do it. I think Bean should have been fired before him, but like obviously, like you said, if there's like they keep getting stuck like this, obviously some changes have to be made. But it sucks because now all the players are posting like they're all pissed about it now because they loved Sean McDermott. So that sucks. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully it makes a change.
Who do you
in a
want?
good way. I don't know, actually. People keep saying that they could just promote Joe Brady because he's been interviewing for head coaching jobs.
Yeah.
And I think Josh and him have a good relationship. Who I really would want is John Gruden.
Okay.
But like, I just feel like Buffalo needs a good, this sounds so dumb. And again, I'm not claiming to be a ball knower, but like, it has to be a good vibe fit. Like,
Hell yeah.
it
Hell
has
yeah.
to be like, I don't know who that would be, but I just felt like Sean McDermott like fit into the Buffalo vibe, which
Mhm.
sounds so dumb, but it just has to be somebody that can like fit in well, obviously.
I wouldn't hate a guy like John Gruden because with a team like the Bills, they've got the talent. They've got the quarterback that can do it. I feel like you need a guy that's got a little edge to him. And McDermott had no edge.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy. Really nice guy. You're on the rebound. You want a bad boy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We just got broken up with.
Yeah.
And we're rebounding.
Yeah, that was a tough loss. Did Brandon Cooks catch it?
Yeah, I think so.
Aaron, what do you think?
On
On the interception.
Because the same play happened last night.
No.
Not a
No.
catch.
No. You got to rip from him. He didn't have possession. He didn't land with possession by the time the other cat had got his hands on it. Rage bait. Come down with the ball, player.
The thing is, if they had both hung on to the ball, then it would have been a catch.
Yeah,
Not a
offense gets the
pick.
ball. You got it ripped. That's what it is.
the
You
thing-
didn't secure the catch through you being down.
Here's where the NFL loses me a little bit, is that I think by the letter of the law, after I've watched it enough and slowed it down and looked at every replay and read every line of the
Maybe
rule
look at
book, I think it was an interception. However, when you watch it, and if you had no idea what the NFL rulebook is, you would say it was a catch. And that's where the NFL sometimes gets into trouble. It's like they lose the plot a little bit because they have to get so granular with all the details about what isn't a catch, how many feet count, how many knees count, when does possession occur, what is a football act, that sometimes you just lose the vibe of, yeah, that felt like a catch.
I'm watching it in slow motion. No, he never had the ball.
I think he did have the ball.
He did.
He did not have the ball.
I think he did when he went to the ground, and as he went to the ground, it got taken away from him.
I think people are saying he was down with the ball before it was ripped. But again, I'm not.
And that's where you get into the question of like when does that count as having possession on the catch? Like when
if you're in the
act?
air, you have to have it through contact, a ground contact. So you have to sustain possession after you hit the ground.
Yeah. So the question becomes
He
like,
doesn't.
if that ball had gotten ripped out from him and ended up on the ground, would that have been a fumble or would that be incomplete? And I think the answer is it would have been incomplete, not a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But based on how it felt watching it, if you just don't have a rule book, if you're just like watching people play football and you've never written anything down, there's no referees, I would be more inclined to be like, that's a catch. But knowing the rule book and all this shit that they've gone through, evolving it and trying to write down everything to take out any dispute, by those rules, I don't think it is a catch. And I think that it was ultimately the right call, even if they didn't take their time watching the replay. And
I think if you think it's a catch, you're a Bills fan.
It's a possibility, yeah.
And that's okay.
That's a possibility. So now, yeah, we got the Broncos, we got the Patriots, and then we got the Seahawks and the Rams. What'd you think about the Bears, Aaron? What'd you think about the Chicago Bears this year?
I think that was their fate because the little times I've watched them this year, they live there. They live in that making magic at the end of the game. And I think if you live there, like you live by the gun, die by the gun. There's only so much magic you can have it at that level.
Yeah.
But that being said, that motherfucking throw was amazing.
Yeah.
Like that throw with the the tight end. Was the tight end that caught it in the back of the end zone?
Yeah.
Backup tight end.
That shit was special, dog. I can't even lie. I love the way he plays. I'll be honest. They have a bright future in Chicago. They got to build around him, and I'd be surprised if at the end of his career he don't have one or two.
Can I say something that was infuriating to me that maybe I just haven't been consuming enough? I've not seen a ton of discussion about this. They have a miracle of all miracles to get within a point with how much time was left? Like
less than a minute?
Oh, it was way less than a minute. It was not enough time for LA to really do anything.
Yeah.
Most
I think
likely.
it was 14 seconds.
Yeah. And he had gone for it on fourth down 3 times and did not gotten it. If you do all that, you go for 2.
I agree.
You just got a gift to give you a chance to win the game, and you don't take it.
And imagine the defense going back. You have to immediately line up and get a stop.
Yeah.
After giving that play up.
I say this every time one of these situations comes up and a coach doesn't do it. If you're a 3.5 point underdog going into the game, if I said to Ben Johnson, we can either play the game out and you see what happens, you win or lose, or I'll give you one play from the 2-yard line. If you get it, you win. If you don't take that every single time, that's dumb.
Yeah, I think in the moment, we were all saying go for it. You should go for 2 right there, and you can count on, being able to execute one play for 2 yards. Now, it did end up that the Bears got the ball back in overtime. They had a chance to win the game.
Sure, but you also gave it to Matthew Stafford twice.
You did, yeah. So that's kind of the calculation that you take. But I agree. I think you go for 2 there. I think that you try to run one play. Now, it does matter that Colston Loveland, their number 1 tight end, and he's been probably their best receiving threat in the last couple games. He was out. He had a concussion. So you're minus that guy. And you had just been stopped on a goal line stand previously. So maybe he wasn't super confident. But, yeah, I think that if you give up that play to Caleb Williams where he's drifting back to the 40-yard line and he throws the ball over his head into the end zone and you give up a touchdown on what could have been a walk-off play, essentially, for the Rams. The Rams are going to be so down and so pissed off that it's going to be hard for them to line up and I think focus and get one stop.
I agree. I think you go for that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it sucks that the Bears are out, but we got the Rams-Seahawks, which is going to be an awesome game, I think.
Yeah.
They know each other pretty well. Oh, Mackenzie, I do have to ask you about your tweet.
Oh, yeah, I figured.
We got to talk about the tweet.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually 2 tweets that made me laugh over the weekend. One
Oh
was
my God.
when you went in on Gene Steratore. Holy shit. Thoughts and prayers to Gene Steratore.
He's not going to recover from
because Mackenzie fucking
that one.
took him behind the woodshed on Saturday. And when I saw it, I was imagining you watching the game and firing that tweet off, and it made me laugh.
No, somebody said it at the bar, and I just was like, yeah, fuck that guy. And then just decided to tweet it, obviously, for whatever reason. In my head, I thought I needed to.
Yeah, no, it was. I thought it was fine. I
think I spelled his name wrong, too, so apologies for that.
I thought it was a perfectly fine thing for you to tweet in real time. First of all, you said, fuck you, shut the fuck up. I assume that was...
That was just after the game.
Okay.
In general, to everybody.
And then the second thing was Gene Steratore, shut the fuck up, you loser.
Yep.
Which I really enjoyed. So
Thank you.
why were you so pissed off at Gene Steratore?
No, it was just like every time they would cut back to him and he does this like, well, Jim, you see here to do, and I was like, just shut up, dude. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares right now. This is not the time. I know it's your job. I'm so sorry. But he was just getting under my skin in that moment.
Yeah, when things aren't going well for you, the last thing you need is for them to bring in some other guy
Exactly.
to explain to you how upset that you should be.
Yeah, how you're already losing the game.
Yeah.
And you've lost now.
And then
Exactly.
the other one, this one went viral. This one escaped containment a little bit.
It did.
But it's a conversation. We can have a conversation
Aaron's gonna
about it.
hate this, by the
All right. So after the Bills lost, Josh Allen was he was upset and he went to the podium. He was crying a little bit. He was disappointed with the way the season ended, disappointed that he didn't play his best game. It was a raw, emotional moment for him. And I would never get on a guy for doing that. Like, if you cry because you lose in the playoffs, it's because you cared that much, and that's the kind of guy that you want playing for your team, right? It's a guy that's just like, fuck it, and doesn't care. That as a fan, you're like, well, this guy doesn't really care. Why should I care?
Right.
So Josh, after the game, wept a little bit at the podium, and then Mackenzie tweeted. Yeah, he wept.
He was
It,
weeping.
it-
wept.
it was a weep.
It was a weep. You can watch it, and
Yeah.
it was he was bawling a little bit.
Men cry too.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie said, "I'd rather die with no Super Bowls with Josh Allen as my quarterback than ever win a Super Bowl," which is it's quite a take.
No, I've been here.
What was yours?
Well, in 2020, when the Tennessee football program was like one step away from being completely dead, and we, like, the coach hiring had gone terribly and whatever, I was like, just hire Gerard Mayo, like at least somebody that we know cares. Like, I don't even care if we win. Just give me somebody that I know gives a shit. Like, I know what you're saying.
That was exactly my thought process. I might have not worded it correctly after being upset after the game, and also I had a couple beverages. Is a girl not allowed to? And I did not word it correctly, but that was essentially my take. Like, I just couldn't imagine even, it's like, I was thinking about it today. It's like when you're like going through a breakup, you still remember all the good times, even though the ending wasn't how you wanted it to be. Like, I just couldn't even imagine going through all of what we have in the past however many years without Josh Allen, even though it's never ended the way they wanted it to. It's sort of like you remember the happy moments, and I just can't imagine him not being the quarterback of the Bills.
There's love.
Like, I'd be so jealous of any other team that had him as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean I don't ever want the Bills to win a Super Bowl. I think that's kind of what my tweet was getting at. Like, I love Josh Allen more than the Bills, which maybe I do. Maybe I've been hiding that for however long. But that was my sentiment, like Big T said. Like, they have Josh Allen. Like, that's incredible. And it's been an incredible couple years, even though, and I also thought about what Arian said a couple weeks ago with Jerry. Like, there's only one team that wins the Super Bowl every year. Like, for you to be upset at the team or the coach for just making the playoffs every year, obviously it sucks if they can never win the big one. But getting that far, like, still means a lot. It doesn't mean nothing.
Mhm.
So I think it's like, I don't know. That was my sentiment, if that makes sense at all, how I just explained it. But I think also Big T explained it really well. It's just like, I just love Josh Allen so much, no matter what he does for the team. And he's already done enough. I knew Aaron was
Josh
going to shit
Allen,
on
no
me.
matter what.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like draft day.
Aaron, what do you think about that take that that McKenzie would rather have Josh Allen as their quarterback, not win a Super Bowl, than win a Super Bowl without Josh Allen?
It sounds like a fan of Josh Allen and not the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
But
I guess that's true. I'll admit it.
But
whatever.
I do get the emotional state after the game. That was your way of saying thank you, Josh, for caring so much. I care
Exactly.
I care about you too, Josh.
Yes. Yeah.
But here's the question: does Josh Allen care about the Bills enough to like leave the Bills and let them win a Super Bowl? Which would he prefer? That is the true test of how good of a quarterback he is.
No. Yeah.
That'd be a funny question to ask somebody.
Yeah.
Insane.
Do you care more about yourself or about the team? And then if you say that you would much rather the team win a Super Bowl without you, then it turns out that you are the guy who can lead them to a Super Bowl.
Right.
That would be a hilarious question to ask a quarterback, dog.
Somebody
has to do that.
I'll
You
put
gotta
that
do
in my files. Yeah.
But the problem is, like, that's not the issue. Like, if Josh Allen left the Bills, like, they'd be in last place next season. Like, there's just no way around it. So that's why I had that take of, like, he was so sad. I felt so bad. We wouldn't even be in the playoffs without him. Sorry, I said we. I did my thing.
That's okay.
They wouldn't be in the playoffs. But that was sort of my take and where it was coming from. And that he's just like, he's so Buffalo. And he's really done so much for the franchise.
He has, yeah. Next time we interview Josh, I will ask him that question for you, McKenzie.
Okay.
And I'll preface it with your tweet
Oh, God.
as a thought starter for.
He's gonna be like, she's
Josh.
psychotic. Okay.
No, but I mean that's what fans are.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Fans
Somebody
are
was
crazy.
like, quote tweeted it and said, like, Bills fandom is a mental illness. And I was like, no, you're right. It is. Like, we believe every year they can do it, and they don't. But we still believe it every year as fans.
Yeah.
So it really is. It is a little bit of a mental illness.
Arian, I asked Caleb Williams if there was a button that he could press that would kill a random Bears fan, but it would mean that the Bears would win a Super Bowl if he would do it. And he was on camera and like the team PR people were around him, so he didn't want to say it out loud, but he just started pressing an imaginary button. I think that's the right mentality to have. I think it's like, yeah, you gotta. And I'm telling you, there would be a line of Bears fans that would volunteer.
Yo, that's insanity.
You get a statue built. Like, yeah, I'm the guy that died so that you guys could have a Super Bowl.
Would Big Cat?
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't he say that to Khalil Mack
I think
when you guys interviewed
he
him?
might have said it to Caleb.
Yeah. There was a clip that was reposted recently of him reading his own tweets to a player,
Yeah,
and one of them was that.
I think. I think Big Cat was like, yeah, you can kill me, and that'll be fine. Because yeah, you'd be a legend. What does Braveheart say? Every man dies, not every man truly lives. That would be truly living for a city.
Drake also said that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Ah.
Yeah, that's word for word, bar for bar, Mel Gibson.
With Nicki Minaj. I wish I could have this moment for life.
What I was gonna say to Caleb when he was like a random Bears fan, I was gonna be like, after he pushed the button, I was gonna be like, you just killed Obama.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Or the Pope.
Oh no!
You just killed the Pope. Do you want to take that back? And then if you
The
said
Pope was
no,
watching?
the Pope was watching. Yes.
100%.
I mean, what time was it in Rome?
I think someone said 3:30 in the morning.
The Pope was watching.
That would make sense.
Yeah, you better
I could be
believe the
wrong.
Pope was watching. Big T, I got a baseball question for you.
I would love that.
Is
I think
it
it's about
time?
time to start ramping up?
Is it time to disband the Los Angeles Dodgers?
No, I mean there needs to be some sort of reform to fix what they're doing.
What are they doing for the people out there that might not be?
I mean, they have a TV deal that's $100 million a year more than everybody else, and they go sign every single good free agent that there's ever been. And by the way, get ready, because if they don't trade for Tarek Skubal this offseason, they're getting him next year. So just be prepared for that. Yeah, I mean, and the deferrals, which they didn't do as much with Kyle Tucker, but Shohei Ohtani, they're paying on average $70 million a year. I think he's getting like 10. And then in 2050, he gets $60 million a year or something. That simply can't be allowed.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to have a salary cap, which I'm fine with, the luxury tax needs to be more punitive or something. I mean, some sort of socialism needs to be implemented to make sure that this can't keep happening.
Flip that.
Specifically in regards to Major League Baseball, pool the television money.
Hey, I'm for the greater good, man. I'm with you, brother.
Only in instances where we need like competitive parity. I mean, baseball's a weird sport. Like they might not win it, but if they go 3 in a row and then they add Skubal next year, it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, it is an imperfect system that they have in baseball right now, where there's no salary cap, which is great for the players, but it's not great for league-wide competition. And the players' union is going to fight any effort to put a salary cap in, which that's kind of the job of the union. Now, if it comes with a very high salary floor, then that could be something that, depending on what the actual numbers are, it could be something that the union could listen to. But the way that it stands right now, the Dodgers are just able to buy any good player. Now, they kind of did – it's not like this is a brand new thing for the Dodgers. They've already got a great lineup even before they added Kyle Tucker on Thursday night. And the Blue Jays took him to 7 games. The Blue Jays could have easily won that World Series against the Dodgers. And it would have been so cool if they had. How awesome would that be? If, like, the Dodgers, that is really what America should be rooting for. Just Dodgers keep spending all the money that you can, get every good player in baseball, and then somehow lose the World Series. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? I think we could all get behind that. But it looks right now on paper like they have an unbeatable lineup. Now, things happen, injuries, bad luck, all that stuff is real. And in baseball, it does make a difference, especially when you take a 162-game long regular season and you distill it down to a 5-game or a 7-game series. Weird stuff can happen. But it does seem like on paper they have an unbeatable offensive lineup, and they've got great pitching too. So it's kind of a bummer for every fan of a smaller market team that has absolutely no chance of competing against this. The fact that they feel like they go into every season without a chance to do anything does feel like it's bad for the future of baseball.
The Dodgers' estimated luxury tax bill in 2026 is $162 million, which is more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams' entire payroll.
Right, and
that's how much they're paying for the ability to pay their players more than the threshold of what you're supposed to be is.
That's the other side of this coin, is there are a shitload of teams who also don't try to compete because they know they can make money off the TV deal even if they don't have a competitive lineup and they're not paying anybody. So while the Dodgers are it sucks that they're so aggressive that they're getting every talented player. It also sucks if you're a fan of the Pirates and if you're a fan of the Royals and teams like that, and you've got an owner that will not pay players, or the Athletics, an owner that won't pay players anything, they'll still make money. You're not going to be competitive. That's their fault as well for doing that. And so I feel like we're going towards a lockout. What do you think, Big T?
Yeah, there will almost certainly be a lockout next year. It's a matter of how long and how severe.
We've got like 3 weeks until pitchers and catchers report for this year.
Yeah.
And then after this entire year in baseball, is the main storyline is going to be the impending lockout.
Yeah. we need the Dodgers to not win it.
Yes.
Because if they win 3 in a row, and I mean, like losing the season next year is on the table. And
Yeah.
which that'd be devastating.
Is this the last season of Major League Baseball?
Ever? No. For a couple seasons, it's entirely possible.
You think a couple seasons? You think it could last?
Well, if you go from the end of 26 to the beginning of 28.
So you think we're going to miss the entire 2027?
I don't think that will happen, but it's possible.
If you were commissioner of Major League Baseball, sorry to steal this question from A-Rod. He asked this in, I think, every interview he's ever done. You're commissioner of baseball. What do you do for a day?
In regards to this or just overall?
Hey, in regards to this.
I think the deferrals have to be fixed. You can't be paid. If you want to pay a guy $70 million, great. You have to pay him $70 million.
Yeah.
You can't, and maybe you get a certain amount of money you can defer each year, and after that, it's capped. I think you do, if you're going to have a hard salary cap, which I'm not necessarily in favor of, and you couldn't implement instantaneously anyway. I think you have 1 to 4 or 5, so let's call it 3 uncapped spots per team.
Okay.
So theoretically, the top 90 players in baseball would be dispersed amongst all 30 teams, hypothetically, because that's where they could make the most money.
Yeah.
So if Kyle Tucker, the Dodgers would have used their 3 spots by now. So if Kyle Tucker wants to make $60 million, he has to go to the Diamondbacks or somebody. I don't know.
Okay.
Or you can go play for the Dodgers, but you're going to be making $27 million instead of $60.
I haven't heard of that. I kind of like it.
Thank you.
I kind of like that. The NBA has had some success with that.
Yeah, NBA has something similar.
The Supermax.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's more about like keeping the talent that you have,
Right.
than really going out and getting a free agent. But I think it still stands that if you were to say that for the top, you said 3 players?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, whatever the number is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how the teams that don't spend money, how they would react to that, like the Pirates.
I mean, you don't have to use it, I guess.
Yeah. So
but if you are the Pirates and you decide, and your highest paid player is making $7 million or whatever, and you decide one year, like, we'd like to go after Kyle Tucker. Like, hey, here's $50 million.
Yeah.
Or when you're going to have to pay Paul Skeens, that gives you an in to do that, as opposed to we have to trade this guy because there's no way we're going to be able to pay him.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of breaking news here. I'm going to give you one guess. I was on X.com, the Everything app. It's all happening on X. In today's news, there's a little sidebar that you have on the app. It says today's news, and it gives you 3 headlines about things that you're, I guess, interested in theory based on your algorithm. And then you click that to see all the tweets about that particular piece of news. I'm going to read the headline to you, Big T.
Okay.
And I want to see if you can fathom a guess as to who this headline is talking about.
So I actually just went and I'm looking at my today's news as well, and I have one, and I'm very curious if it's what you're going to say.
Okay, here's the headline. You guess who it's about. Sports journalist sets up son with betting app. Draws backlash.
Believe it or not, I have that on mine as well, and I did see those tweets this morning.
And I did not see the tweets this morning, but based on the headline, I took a wild stab at who I thought it might have been talking about. Darren Rovell. Somehow I was right. I was correct about this one. So
you didn't see this?
No, I haven't seen this. Rovell,
it's pretty incredible.
Signed his 11-year-old son up to play a free-to-play sports betting app. I'm not going to plug who it is. And the image that he cropped and put along with this was Giannis Antetokounmpo. I butchered that. Giannis Antetokounmpo to scratch his nuts. Must be shown on live TV.
By the way, zoom in on that picture of him. Do you know what he's holding?
No.
Zoom in. The picture of Giannis that accompanies the bet on this app.
Oh, it's him holding his bell that says "ring for blowjob."
No,
that his wife gave him. Yeah.
Ew, what the fuck?
Rovell's tweet says, 11-year-old son wanted to bet, so instead of saying no, which is not the answer, I set him up with a free-to-play app. I've been monitoring his quote bets and talking to him about his losses. Looked on app today to find this. And then it shows the picture. Odds should be at least 20x on that.
Why is no not the answer?
Thank you for saying that. Someone asked that in the comments. Genuinely asking, but why isn't no the answer? Why can't you say you have to be 18 to gamble like the commercials and ads, etc. say? Darren Rovell. Because he's going to face it whether I monitor it or not. The ads don't control these kids. Parenting isn't about saying no here.
Wait, I'm going to be honest. I don't really understand that reasoning.
Someone else asked or said, my kid wants to drink beer, so I've been giving her athletic, non-alcoholic beer so she can learn to binge drink like a champ in high school. He said, no, you have her first drink in front of you and talk to her about drinking.
I'm so confused.
This is
He's such a freak.
Imagine he's your dad. Like, shut up.
Brings out his collection of
Martin
Oh, yeah.
Martin Luther King stuff for
Huge day for Rovell.
Yeah.
I think that no is absolutely an answer that you can say.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to Chris?
I would say let's
he's
get you
only
started.
4.
Let's run your March Madness pool at daycare.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
You should be the bookie,
Yeah.
Yes.
not the bettor. That's what I would
Yes.
tell Chris.
Oh, here's one more. Someone said, if your 11-year-old son wants to bet, saying no is 1,000% unequivocally the answer. And Rovell said, then he goes and does it anyway, just like everything. Can tell you aren't a parent. It sounds like this guy
Sounds like
just
your
might have control of, not have control of his child.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like your kid just sucks.
And it is a real thing that your children will be exposed to sports gambling, but I think that's part of your job as a parent to explain to them what is and is not a good idea as you get older.
First banger I've ever seen from this account. In response to, then he goes and does it anyway, can tell you aren't a parent. Neither clearly are you, said Keith Olbermann. First good tweet in Keith Olbermann's career. Congratulations,
Wow.
Keith.
Can I also ask something? And again, I'm not a parent. How many 11-year-olds are dipping their toe into the sports gambling world? I've never heard of that. Like, is that something plaguing elementary schools?
Well, if you watch sports, you are exposed to gambling.
Like, growing up,
Or
my
the
dad...
notion of gambling.
Like, growing up, my dad, before, like, DraftKings and everything, would be like, okay, Madeline, we want this team to win by 7. And again, I understand that ads are everywhere now, but I do think that there still is, like, a lack of full comprehension at that age. Maybe I'm just not hip to 11-year-olds at this
No,
moment.
he's 11. You're correct.
I'm correct?
Yes.
That, like...
It's an 11-year-old.
Yeah, like,
There's a reason we don't let them vote or drive
Or drink.
or get tattoos.
Yep.
I also think, yeah, my parents would have never been like, oh, well, we'll just give you a substitute for the time being.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't drinking grape juice with my parents while they were drinking red wine at dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so if we're going to make the alcohol analogy, there are some countries, like Ireland, for example. In Ireland, kids are having like a half beer or a little bit of wine with dinner when they're like 15 years old. And the binge drinking culture there is significantly, I think it's less as you get into like the 18 to 22 range, whereas in America, it's been, kept away from you for so long. It's a taboo. So the second you go off to college or you move out of your house, it becomes like the most fun thing to do. And a lot of kids end up getting themselves in trouble for that. So I think there is something to say about like teaching your kids moderation. Now, when it comes to sports gambling and an 11-year-old, they should not be gambling on sports. I think that's...
Or on Giannis to
scratch his nuts.
Scratch his nuts.
Yeah.
Specifically. that one.
Credit to Rovell. He makes a good point, though, that the odds should be way higher. Like, that's a sucker's bet that they've got right now. You got to teach your kids about the sucker bets.
Only 5-1.
5-1 is a bad deal. They're stealing. I guess it's free to play, so I don't know if they're stealing money. They're stealing credits from you.
He's just going, I'm in his replies right now, he's just going to people saying, you clearly don't have kids. Like, this is a normal thing to do.
Mm-hmm. We've got some other news in football right now. Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL against the 49ers.
Really?
So it's Kenneth Walker time.
It was Kenneth Walker
Damn.
time the other day.
Yeah, he played really well. That's a tough injury for the Seahawks, who looked like the best team in football. But I guess they looked like the best team in football without a lot of Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Niners out.
Quick thought on that game, because I didn't watch a ton of it. It was over immediately. If you're the ref on an opening kickoff return touchdown in a home playoff game, and the penalty you're throwing a flag for is an attempted trip that you've already seen had no impact on the play and he was going to score, you cannot throw that flag because it marred the moment.
We all waited to see what the penalty was. Okay, that's interesting. I thought that the ref, if you watch how he throws the flag and the stare down that he gives the kicker afterwards, he was pissed at the kicker. He threw it right at him and then just gave him this glare like a parent. Like, what are you doing out there, son? That's not football. That ref was heated at Piñeiro's slide tackle.
I mean, it's a dangerous play, but once you've seen that Shaheed got over it and he's gonna score, you can't throw it.
Why are slide tackles illegal in football?
I guess it's dangerous, take you out.
Yeah, I mean, football, the idea is to hit somebody as hard as you can.
Sure.
Organized chaos.
Yeah, I think kickers should be allowed to slide tackle.
I think there should be no kickers.
Yeah. I mean, no kickers, all the yards and receiving should supersede the quarterback's passing yards.
Still ain't heard a good argument.
I'm telling you, you should make this sport.
Saw that get a little traction.
Yeah, people were really mad about it.
With no arguments. They have no arguments.
My favorite was the guy that says Arian Foster doesn't understand football.
There's a lot of those guys out there. Again, that is a logical fallacy.
Well,
A bunch of ad hominems I seen, throwing shots at me, but you didn't attack the argument. Attack the argument. Why should quarterbacks get yards?
I think we should actually go the opposite direction. Why do running backs get all the credit for rushing yards when the quarterback hands them the ball perfectly?
I mean,
offensive linemen should get credit.
With this, with the logic, quarterbacks should get those yards that the running backs get too.
Yeah.
You gave him the ball.
You gave him the ball. It was a great handoff. Or if the ball goes like perfectly sideways on a toss, that should be a passing yard or a rushing yard for the quarterback too.
Would you?
Handoff assists.
I think quarterbacks should just get all the positive stats. So anything good that happens to the team, that's quarterback stat.
Yep, points.
Quarterback points.
Wins.
If the kicker kicks the ball, quarterback gets those points because he drove him down there.
If a receiver gets to the Hall of Fame, the quarterback should actually have to be in the Hall of Fame first.
The quarterback should get a patch on his Hall of Fame jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or, no, I think like Calvin Johnson can't get to the Hall of Fame until Dan Orlovsky gets in.
I was actually just thinking about those two people.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about how many receivers have gotten into the Hall of Fame without good quarterbacks, and he immediately came to mind.
I played with the biggest one of all time, Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He Hall of Famer with damn near no Pro Bowl quarterbacks. I think he had one. I think Schaub made a
He
Pro
had
Bowl.
a solid, okay quarterback.
Yeah, I think Schaub made a Pro Bowl one year.
My
But other than that,
My favorite reactions to your yards after catch rant was people saying, "Damn, this guy really hates Matt Schaub."
did they really?
Yeah.
Or I guess Calvin Johnson had Matt Stafford.
He had Matt Stafford for a little
So
bit.
he did have a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He did.
Did he get MVP this year, huh?
Maybe.
It seems like it, yeah.
Could be Drake May.
If they win the Super Bowl, where is Matt Stafford all time in quarterbacks?
2 Super Bowls, league MVP, 1 million passing yards. I would say you'd probably
He's not top 5.
top 10.
I don't know, man.
I
He's
don't
going to
think he's
be
top
up
10.
there.
Top 10 though.
No. I go by talent level. I don't go by all the fluff.
Do you know how many yards he's thrown for? If you just had to guess,
Infinity. No idea.
64,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy seeing him still play. I trained with him coming out of the combine. We were at API in Arizona, and it was me and him. That's just crazy. his fucking life thing is just moving.
I do think that he is underrated, one of the most talented guys. Like you talk about, I know you always say Aaron Rodgers, the most talented quarterback to ever play. I think
I do say that.
I think I would
do.
agree with that he's the most talented. Yeah. But Matt Stafford, because he's never been like hyper mobile.
List out your top 5. You say he top 5. Listen, give me your top 5.
I said top 10.
Oh, you said top 10. Okay.
But yeah, my top
I
5
can see that.
off the top of my head, top 5. Brady, Rodgers, in whatever order you want them. Peyton Manning. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Then I think I would have to go with probably Joe Montana.
Solid list.
I think that would be my most talented guys.
See, I would throw Dan Marino in there.
Yeah, Marino, he's definitely in that conversation.
That motherfucker was cold, man.
What about you, Big T?
I mean, I can only go off guys I've watched, which would go Brady, Mahomes, Manning, Rodgers. And then I would put I didn't see enough of Brett Favre in Green Bay. Maybe Drew Brees 5th.
He was a really good player.
And then right after that, I would have like
was a really good player.
He was. I mean, when you say like most talented though, he didn't have like the crazy elite arm strength, I don't think.
I mean, he's kind of a Stafford, like he just never stopped throwing for a ton of yards.
Yeah. Stafford has had the arm strength though. I mean, Josh Allen, I think, is in the conversation. Putting him in the conversation right now. But yeah, I would say Matt Stafford, he'd become top 10.
John Elway.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I don't think I could do top 10. Like, there's just so many, like, I don't know.
Good point. I think I would put John Elway ahead of Montana in terms of most talented.
Yeah. John Elway. People forget, like, so his Super Bowl runs, he was very good. But you forget, like, the early 90s, late 80s John Elway was fucking crazy. Crazy good.
You know what else is crazy is John Elway, his entire career, he had no ACL in his left knee.
Yeah, that's wild.
He tore his ACL in high school, never got it fixed, and he went on to be like one of the best mobile quarterbacks of all time with no ACL.
Kids nowadays, they just everything. iPads and ACLs, everything. You just think you need everything.
Yep. Spoiled, entitled. What else we got to talk about today, Big T? What else? Oh, daylight savings time.
We do this every year, it seems. They're talking about making it permanent again.
Yeah, so Congress is considering making daylight savings time year-round. And there are some arguments for it, and there's some – the more – you know what? This is the sign I'm becoming unk, is the older I get, the less keeping daylight savings time permanent sounds like a good idea. Because people don't talk about the downside to it, which is that in the wintertime in the morning, it's going to be dark until 9 a.m.
Can I present a counter?
Yeah.
In the evening in the winter here, it's dark at 3:45. So,
which sucks, yes.
I mean, pick your poison.
Yeah, that's where you get into the conversation about like safety. If it's dark in the morning time, I think that leads to more accidents and more people getting hurt and dying than if it's dark in the evening.
Why?
Because people are just waking up, and so you got kids like walking to school. You've got pedestrians everywhere in the dark.
Okay, as opposed to, I think it's fine. I'll cede you that.
That's really the only point that I can think of is like kids walking to school, pitch dark.
How many kids are walking to school these days?
I think a lot of kids walk to school.
Certainly, there would be more people walking in the morning than the evening.
Yeah,
but
that's how
it's crazy to think when we grew up, Eric, how normal that was.
Yep.
Like, I was 5'6" walking to school, like it was nothing. I'm not sending my 5-year-old out to walk to school now. Like, I just can't do it. I don't know.
How far do you live
If
from
people,
school?
I was like a couple blocks over, but still, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would never do that.
My 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, no, no.
Yeah.
Would you let them bet on a free-to-play gambling app? They're going to do it anyway.
I think I would.
Really?
Because this is why though. I'm not a gambler, and so with my dad, my grandpa, and my dad taught me like real young, like gambling is a part of life. Like that people go to casinos, say whatever case may be, and like you got to know when to get out. Like, and so it was never a big deal if I lost something. Like y'all see me gamble before. Like I'm not like really into it. Like I'll do it while I'm there, but I'm never going to gamble to rent money. So like I think it's important to teach kids what's out there. Is gamble something insignificant. Yeah.
Like
Don't get an app though. Maybe not the app, but
teach
like
limits.
introducing them to the notion of gambling. You 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 put up something. You may lose something. You may get something. That's the world. You can't shield your kids from the world forever. You made a good point earlier. I was reading something, but you made a good point earlier with the drinking thing. I seen a lot of cats in college, especially when they got to college, they went crazy because they had never been around it. I had already been around it, so like it was not that big a deal to me. But like they couldn't handle it; it was too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if you introduce it to them in a responsible, my 16-year-old, she didn't had a drink around me before. Like she doesn't even want to drink, but I made her have a drink around me so that she knows what it feels like. She knows, her limits. She knows all of that stuff. So she's comfortable. She did it in a comfortable setting. I'd rather have it at my house rather than your first time drinking is at some party and you don't trust who you with. Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah. Teach them how to handle it.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable as a, junior in high school or whatever. 11-year-old being like, well, he's going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit much.
It's a little early for the gambling.
So yeah, Big T, I agree that when you leave work in the wintertime here in Chicago and it's dark outside, that sucks. But also it'd be nice to have some light in the morning. Ultimately, I think I fall firmly into the camp of I don't care. Just tell me what time it is.
Yeah, I just prefer for it to be one time always.
Yeah. Yeah. When are we springing forward this year?
I think I saw March 8th.
Ooh, that's early. That's early. I'm actually excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. I'm done with the wintertime. I'm over winter. We've had enough of it.
I feel like we're in the
Houston
throes.
skip
right
winter,
now.
dog. It's like 70 degrees, 60 degrees. Shit. My golf game has exponentially gotten better. This is amazing.
I'm just looking up real quick. Currently 5 outside. Feels like negative 15. So
Damn.
pretty similar, really.
Damn. Let me see what
The
what I'm
ground's
talking
just
about out here.
coated in ice.
Sugarland, Texas, 65 degrees, sunny.
I walked home from my workout class this morning, and it's a 15-minute walk, and the snot inside my nose froze and made icicles in my nose on the 15-minute walk home.
Jeez, that's not good.
I'm creeping towards Big T's. Like, why do we live here? Are the summers that great?
They are pretty good, yeah.
I'm losing
not
I'm losing
better
memory.
than other places.
I'm losing memory. This sucks so bad. This sucks.
But you do appreciate the summers more.
I know, but right now I'm not appreciating anything.
Here's the problem, though. It's still prohibitively hot here in the summer. Like if you go do something, it can still be 100 degrees. When it's 100 degrees in Texas or Georgia or Tennessee, wherever, that comes with mild winters. That is the trade-off. Here it's both.
Yeah.
It's prohibitively cold right now. You can't even go outside. And then in the summer, it is also prohibitively hot.
Yep.
For Chicago, though, you get the lake as the relief.
That makes the winters worse.
I know. I'm just saying there is a sense of relief that, there's the lake that's available. In New York, it was hot as balls. And
You say available, you mean like to go swim in?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not.
I'm not saying you have to go swim in it.
Yeah, I don't do bodies of water.
I'm sorry. But like
Particularly if they're non-ocean.
lakes, Great Lakes are great.
No.
Okay.
Oh, let me go to the concrete beach.
I love the concrete beach.
Let me take the steps down to the beach made of concrete. It's a joke, this place.
What about boats, though?
If you have a boat, I'm sure it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I'm in that tax bracket.
I mean, you can rent a boat.
That sounds...
You can go out on a friend's boat.
Sure.
I just got an ad for a $40 million yacht. I don't know why, but that motherfucker looks sweet.
I would hope so.
It's amazing. Yeah, this is looking good, man. I don't know.
I have a take about
What-
yachts.
What's your take?
Overrated.
I'm listening.
And I say this as somebody that I don't think I've ever been on a yacht. Like at what point does a boat become a yacht?
That's an interesting question.
I think if it costs 7 figures, it's a
Have
yacht.
I been on a yacht? I don't think that I've ever been on a yacht. So I've been on vacation, and on these vacations, sometimes, like I went to Europe 10 years ago, and I went for a day, took a little pass through Monaco. And I saw these mega yachts that were out there, like some of the richest people in the world with these yachts. And you can look up the names of the yachts, and you can find them online because people that have these yachts, they either like rent them out occasionally or they like to flex on how sweet their yacht is. So there's pictures, and it shows like the cost of the yacht, and you can take a virtual tour around them. The yachts that are like $100 million, $150 million, you look at the inside and you look at the square footage, what it looks like, the size of the bedrooms, and you're like, this is it's like a $2 million home.
That's fair.
The price that you pay on a yacht is 100x what you would get for that same thing on land. And I understand that one is on water, one's on land, hence a big part of the price. They're not worth the money, in my opinion. As somebody who cannot afford a yacht, who will never buy a yacht, I'll just say I'm perfectly happy with that.
I see where you're coming from.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like-
they're not worth. It's maintenance.
Yeah.
and all of that. No, it's not worth it.
And
No.
even if you throw out maintenance, it's like, this is the living room of this yacht. It's like a 500 square foot living room with a sunken couch. Cool.
They're dope to rent though. Like you out on vacation with some of the homies, and y'all like, yo, let's get a yacht and go have a little day thing.
Yeah.
Some drinks and some food. That's fun.
We did that in San Diego.
We did do that in San Diego.
If there's any yacht owners
I do-
out there
I do.
that would like to debate me on this, on whether or not yachts are worth it, I'm all ears. I want to hear why I should be more into yachts. But right now, it's like seems like a giant waste of money for the space that you get. What's wrong with taking an airplane and then flying to a coastal town, staying in a nice hotel or getting a nice rental, like cottage or villa or whatever, staying in there as opposed to going out on the water? You can't, if you're out on the water, you can't even go anywhere. You have to stay on your stupid yacht,
It's still cool.
I guess.
If I had that type of money, I still wouldn't buy it yet. I'm not a water guy. Some people love the water though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
guess.
some people buy horses. That's wild to me. Some people buy, whatever. I golf. That's what I do.
You think buying horses is wild?
Yeah, that's wild.
Why?
Because I don't do horses. Like it's wild to me. Like if you like it, that's what's up. Do your thing. I couldn't. Could you picture me with a horse?
Oh, you were almost on Yellowstone.
I was almost on Yellowstone.
We got anything else to get into today?
What'd you think of Don Lemon?
What'd Don Lemon do this time?
You didn't see?
I don't listen. In terms of things that I care about in life, Don Lemon has got to be.
It was a pretty big story.
Close to the bottom 50.
He led a group of ICE protesters and stormed into a church service and was like accosting people in the middle of church.
I did not see that. I'll have to look this up.
Wait, what?
Y'all
He
didn't see
led
this?
A group of ICE.
My understanding is he was like the ringleader.
No, I don't. So I took Twitter off my phone, and I'm only on it while I'm on the pod with y'all.
What
That's
does
probably
It's very
smart.
peaceful, by the way.
what does Don Lemon do? What's his job?
Is he not at CNN anymore?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's like
I think he's like on TikTok now.
Yeah, he
Like,
does
he
like
might be just, like,
independent
a-
stuff.
Yeah.
I have been seeing him do like man on the street stuff.
Yeah.
He does that often, yeah. Or just
Which
like
I guess he would categorize this as part of.
Okay, I'm seeing a video of him
John Lemon.
either interviewing or some people are saying lecturing a pastor.
Yeah, he like went up to the pastor and was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Okay.
But you find the video of the whole group. They storm into the church and they start screaming stuff.
Oh, it's because the pastor is an ICE agent.
Is that true?
Which that's what it says.
That's kind of a wild double life to have, isn't it?
That's fucking insane.
So,
So
does-
that's why he did it. He interrupted service on some like, how can you square these two things?
I'm trying.
That's just what I'm reading right here. I don't know if that's the case.
I
That's what I'm
hadn't
reading.
seen that.
I'm looking at these. Appear to be a lot of right wing accounts that are showing him doing the interview with the pastor. I'm trying to find one where he storms into the church. In this one that I'm looking at, it does look like a big crowd of people went into this church.
I mean, if you hadn't seen it, I was just curious what y'all's thoughts on it were.
I think Don Lemon's probably in a place right now in his professional life where he's got to try to stay relevant. Because, like I said, I had no idea even what he does for a living anymore. That's the thing about people that are on like CNN or MSNBC for the most part, is the second they leave those networks, they lose all the relevancy. It's like the platform is bigger than the people. And on your Fox Newses, your Newsmaxes, I feel like the people that leave those places end up having bigger careers.
That's interesting. So Tucker,
Yeah, Tucker would be one. Megyn Kelly's doing fine now, I think,
yeah.
financially.
Oh, speaking of, right-wing pundits, did you see what Candace Owens is saying?
Whew. Yeah, I did. I did see
I don't
this
know
one.
how we didn't.
This one did make its way across my desk.
Let me know. I'm always up
It's
for Candace.
it's a
Owens
doozy.
update.
Yeah. Your girl is
Calm down.
she's still on the Charlie Kirk beat. And
Okay, yeah, where we at with it?
well, it's taken a turn.
Okay.
Charlie Kirk might have been a time traveler.
Okay.
That's not all.
Okay.
No way.
What's the other part?
Oh, that he was put in a secret X-Men school for
Oh, yeah.
kids with like special powers.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
And then he texted her saying he thinks he's a time traveler, and now she's taking that literally and trying to figure out what dimensions Charlie was traveling in and out of over the course of his life. By the way, the message where the person was like, yeah, I got sent to this school in Utah that's been closed down, that is a very real thing that happens, where they send troubled youth to these like sleepaway schools where they're essentially kept as hostages and they're abused. And it's like a big giant network of these schools that exist across the country. And it's actually like, it's cut and dry child abuse, what they're doing, but you pay them because you would rather not have to deal with your own kids who might be getting into some trouble. Sometimes it's just like normal kid stuff, but parents that just don't feel like they can deal with it. They're like, yeah, just come kidnap my child in the middle of the night from his bed and then take them to the school and don't let them contact me.
Yeah, I seen something on that. Yeah, they like literally kidnap them. Some weirdo
That sounds
shit.
terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's like a giant network of schools, and every time they get closed down, it takes a lot to close them down because they're very politically connected. They're
There's
powerful
a movie
lobbyists.
about that. What is the movie about that?
Yeah, there's a show. I saw a
a
documentary
show.
about it.
Oh, what is it called? West something or something or other.
It was about one in upstate New York.
Yeah, I saw that. With that creepy lady at the helm.
Yeah,
Tell me the name of that. I'm kind of intrigued in watching it.
It was pretty good actually.
yeah, they brought a bunch of, I guess you can call them alumni from that school, or kids that had gone to that school, and they brought them back to the campus after the campus had shut down, and they just talked to each other about the different things that they went through while they were there, and it fucked all the kids there up for life. Like, it's a really bad place. But yeah, it's like all across the country that they've got those things. So this one person that's like, yeah, I was kidnapped in the middle of the night and kept here. Yeah, that's happening. It's happening.
Wayward.
I'll look into that. So y'all don't think Charlie Kirk was a time traveler?
Well, in so far as, is there any evidence that he had special time traveling abilities? Like, are we?
Not that we've seen.
Is there any evidence that he didn't?
I mean, if we all are time travelers and there's multiple dimensions and universes that are in parallel going on at the same time, then I think he probably was, just like any of the rest of us would be. But was he like a special kid that was given the ability to time travel?
That's a unique perspective. So yes, Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, but only because you are too.
Yeah, everybody is.
Interesting.
That I could be convinced of that. But yeah, Candace, I feel like this is the point where Candace needs to see a professional.
Real quick, Madeline, I'm officially too old because I see people referencing "We Are Charlie Kirk," and I understand it's a song that is supposedly prevalent all over the place. I haven't heard this once. Where
it is so
my
funny.
my daughter be sending me that shit all the time, though.
There's a drag queen that I'm seeing on my TikTok a lot who is doing Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk drag. And
really?
And performing to that. I saw one. I actually just sent it to my friend.
You want
to
see that, Big T? You look really excited.
It's just that was such a shocking string of words.
Really?
And it's,
I gotta see this.
It's like the "We Are Charlie Kirk" song, and the drag queen is dressed as Erica Kirk and has like piercing blue contacts in, and it's the audio playing of her with Barry Weiss. And it was Barry Weiss being like, "If you could tell one thing to the haters," and she's like, "Stop." And then it goes into the Charlie Kirk song. Yeah, it's just it's an AI song that's like actually just so bad, and it just screams, "We are Charlie Kirk."
Okay, gotta hit that shit.
We carry the flame. I'll send it to you.
It's a
PFT knows it.
Yeah, I've heard the song. I've heard the tune a few times.
It's so funny.
It's like super over dramatic, and it sounds like it's a soundtrack to a really shitty 300 spin-off movie that came out from like an off-brand studio. It, on one hand, it kind of sucks that we're at this point with irony poisoning and the internet, where now like the objective tragic death of a guy who was shot is just now after what, 3 months, 4 months?
Oh, not even that song came out a while ago.
It's been so memeified that now it's like people are just joking nonstop about what's happened since then.
I just
and
saw
they're not making fun of Charlie for being shot, but the narrative around his death through all the things like, you know, people taking a side on it or Candace Owens going off the deep ends has reached a point where now we're just like completely numb to the fact that a guy got shot in the neck and killed.
How long do you think if 9/11 happened today it would take for there to be
day of?
Yeah. Some of the edgelords would jump to that.
Not even just like edgy jokes, but like kids making AI songs on TikTok. I guess same time frame.
Day of.
And I think the "We Are Charlie Kirk" song, I think that was composed as a honest to God tribute to Charlie Kirk, but it was so over the top that it became a joke, even for people that would be Charlie Kirk supporters.
I searched "We Are
was
Charlie
it serious
Kirk"
at first? I thought it was always parody.
I think it was serious at first.
I think it was too.
That makes it even funnier.
I see people will play it for like their boomer MAGA parents, and they'll put their hand up like it's a worship song, and they really get into it.
She asked, "What are we?" I said, "Charlie Kirk." That's the top tweet that comes up when you search "We Are Charlie Kirk."
I just had a Photoshop of Charlie Kirk as the Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think Candace needs to just sign off, just log off for a little bit.
This may be an anti-feminist question I'm about to ask, but what could her husband be thinking about all of this? Her British husband.
Clearly, he agrees.
I was going to say he has to be as equally as crazy as she is.
But
I don't know, because
the time traveler text is clearly just like a horny. Text,
or it might not even be. Yeah, it could be horny, but it also could be like something happened in the news, and or like a band just came out with an album, and it was like a jazz sounding album from like the 1920s, and Charlie liked it. and he was like, I think I'm a time traveler. Like, I was born in the wrong era.
Right.
That
But,
sort of thing.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
what does her husband think about all of this happening?
He's got to be asking some questions, yeah.
Do you think?
If he's got friends, if he has real friends,
Right.
they would be asking him these questions. Like, what was going on there?
Right. He might not.
He might not have any real friends.
She might not either.
Well, I think she had one.
True.
Yeah. I mean,
Is she still raking in cash?
yeah. Candace she's doing pretty well for herself. But yeah, she also said that she's had handlers. Like, she's heavily implying, I think what the crux is that she's getting at is that there's a Jewish cabal of secret agents that followed Charlie around for the last 5 years of his life and had him killed. And she's saying, looking back on it, I had a bunch of Jewish people that were trying to control me, but I couldn't be controlled. Now, if Candace was right about this entire idea, I feel like the stuff that she has said would have made her at the top of the list, and Charlie would be like 200th on that list for people to take out, right? If she's right about everything that she's saying.
I mean, if she disappears, I guess we'll know.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that I don't think that Candace is right about everything that she's saying. I do think that, like, in all these crazy conspiracies, there's always going to be a small kernel of truth, which is that there's going to be people that want you to have certain conversations and people that want you to share their opinions about other things. They will try to influence how you talk about those things. That doesn't mean that you've got a team of Jewish people following you around threatening to kill you if you don't toe the party line about Israel all the time.
Are we ever going to get a real resolution to the Emmanuel Macron thing? Are they still in court over that? Or
Yeah, we got to find out what's going on with that. Before we get back, Stella Blue, their canned lattes are here. I've got one. I actually drank one this morning. I had the espresso sweet cream. It's in my hand right now. 100% Colombian coffee made right here in the United States. If you're braving your morning commute or if you're chasing your pup, Stella Blue cans are for those always on the go and for those who care. Stella Blue is more than just great coffee. It's about giving back. Big Cat named the brand after his rescue dog, Stella. They inspired Stella Blue's mission to help more dogs find their forever homes. Every purchase supports animal rescue organizations. When you drink Stella Blue, you're not just fueling your day, you're saving a dog's life. Try the new cans today. Taste the difference, make a difference. All new Stella Blue coffee, the canned lattes are now available. StellaBlueCoffee.com. This episode is also brought to you by Part of My Cheesesteak. They've teamed up with Penn Station East Coast Subs to offer a new cheesesteak that raises the bar even higher for cheesesteak lovers. Introducing the Mega Cheesesteak, a limited time offer for this football season. This one-of-a-kind sub is built with a mega portion of steak, pepperoni, provolone, and American cheeses, sauteed onions, mushrooms, banana peppers, mayo. Penn Station has been around for 40 years. It's huge in the Midwest. It's the OG and craveable grilled subs, available exclusively at all 320 Penn Station locations. You can literally watch your Mega Cheesesteak sizzle and melt on the grill. The Mega Cheesesteak with fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, fresh baked cookie, that's an undefeated combo. Penn Station Subs is the only place where fans can get the Mega Cheesesteak. Order it in-store, online, or through the Penn Station app for delivery.
she's still tweeting about it, but I'm
Okay.
not seeing any real updates.
I'm sure her lawyer's excited about that.
Yeah, she tweeted something about... Hang on, I just lost it. So Nick Fuentes apparently said that Epstein wasn't, quote, satanic occult pedophilia, but, end quote, but trafficking carried out for explicit political leverage. And then she said, it is literally satanic occult pedophilia. Yes, this is a guiding theology amongst the elite, and Nick is trying to assist them in convincing the world that Satan is a conspiracy theory. This is why he always runs to cover Brigitte Macron. The elites practice ritualistic satanic child abuse, and even the slightest incursion into the history of Sigmund Freud and his perverted Viennese colleagues, I guess those from Vienna,
Yeah.
whose offspring are still empowered today and whom established Hollywood and our mainstream media apparatus, will lead you to this conclusion. If Nick would like to debate the topic, I'm completely game, since, you know, I'm a sub-Saharan African and he's so naturally brilliant, this should be a cakewalk for him.
Okay. What does that have to do with Macron?
Well, I just searched Candace. He said, she said, It literally is satanic occult pedophilia. Yes, this is a guiding theology amongst the elite, and Nick is trying to assist them in convincing the world that Satan is a conspiracy theory. This is why he always runs to cover for Brigitte Macron.
Okay. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he doesn't exist.
Right. So she's saying that that falls under the same umbrella, and Nick.
That is the only explanation I can think of why somebody would not think that Brigitte Macron was actually a man.
Right.
They're in on it. They're a pedophile. That's I want to know how this whole thing is going to shake out, because what Candace is doing, I'm not a lawyer. You guys know that. Maybe the whole time traveler thing is just a great cover for an insanity defense. Or maybe not insanity defense, but maybe it's like, if you have to prove defamation. I don't know what the international court laws are and what it's like in France, but you have to prove that you have malice towards that person if they're a public figure. And maybe if she's just crazy enough, it's very hard to prove malice because you're like, this person is just not mentally well. So maybe Candace is pulling like a 17-dimensional chess move right now.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe she's just crazy. I think she might just be crazy. All right, anything else we want to get into?
Are we getting Greenland?
Remains to be seen.
Why do we want Greenland so badly?
It's a great question, Big T. I think because they have a lot of rare earth minerals. I think because they are strategically located in the North Atlantic and the Arctic Circle. I think right now, the last I saw is that we're now threatening a trade war with all of the EU, all of Europe, and then Europe can respond in kind, and nobody wins. I think Europe could actually, one of the options that they might have is to implement a boycott of all United States goods, in which case that would fuck everybody over. So I don't know. I saw the letter that Trump sent saying, because you did not award me the Nobel Peace Prize, that's made me reconsider being peaceful all the time.
It's fair enough.
I don't know how.
Doesn't he have the FIFA Peace Prize?
Yeah,
Yes,
come on,
far
dude.
more prestigious
Right.
award, many have said.
Well, he also has the Nobel Peace Prize because it was given to him as a gift.
Oh.
All right, so politics aside, can we just throw politics out the window? Can we agree that for the purposes of this conversation, this is a safe space? You know what? I'll even change the key players in this. All right, fast forward, second week of February. Drake May and the New England Patriots have won the Super Bowl. They're world champions. Boston's title town again. They're doing the duck boats, the parades. The dynasty's back on. At the podium of the Super Bowl parade, everyone's had a couple cocktails, feeling good about themselves. Drake May gets up there to address the Boston faithful, and he says, I would like to give this Lombardi trophy to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Would Josh Allen accept that trophy? And if he accepted that trophy, would he then schedule a parade in Buffalo to show off the trophy and to tell the Bills, we did it. We're finally world champions? What would you think about Josh Allen and Drake May in that situation?
I'm unfamiliar with... Are you saying they gave Trump a Nobel Peace Prize?
The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, she gave the Nobel Peace Prize to Donald Trump because he asked for it.
When was this?
Was that last week?
I do remember hearing. I don't remember exactly when it was.
Okay,
But we're talking about.
You're telling me for the first time.
We're not talking about the Nobel. We're talking about the Lombardi Trophy in this example.
Presented as a personal symbol of gratitude on behalf of the Venezuelan people in recognition of President Trump's principled and decisive action to secure a free Venezuela.
But also during during the next couple weeks, imagine that Josh Allen had been publicly campaigning for Drake May to give him the Lombardi Trophy. And the Bills organization, like if he was making numerous statements being like, this is not fair, you should give me the Lombardi Trophy. Can I have that Lombardi Trophy? Why did you get it and I didn't get it?
I'll say I would take my take back if he did that.
You would?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
So you'd be fine.
That's how much I would hate it.
That's how much?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even want it.
No.
Well, some would argue this is like a college football playoff selection committee type scenario. One is one on the field. The Nobel
Right.
Peace Prize has, it's an arbitrary selection process.
So it's like, was that the USC year where Auburn,
Yeah, Auburn in 2004 went undefeated and
so
didn't make it.
they claimed a national championship that year?
Yeah, which is absurd.
Yeah. It's funny, though.
They claimed it 20 years later.
You can claim whatever you want, and people are just like, all right, dude.
If you want to claim one from the 1930s, do whatever you want.
You can do it. So this Nobel Peace Prize is like just claiming a national championship. It's like UCF.
No, because no one granted UCF that distinction.
Right.
This is, once the Nobel Peace Prize has been given to, who is this? Maria Corina Machado.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she can do whatever she wants with it.
Do you think it has the same honor and prestige if she gave it to somebody else?
Could be more.
More because you were so good that you made even the winner of the prize
Well, exactly.
say this is bullshit.
Exactly.
It belongs to you. Okay, well, yeah. Well, I don't know. How is it written down now?
It's like
is he the winner?
the commercial where it was out on Meat Coach.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the refs didn't do the right thing, but I need to.
Yeah. Okay. Sportsmanship. Catch it.
Exactly.
We should be teaching our children this instead of sports gambling.
Right.
Like taking accountability and doing the right thing.
But if Giannis scratches his nuts tonight, I mean, maybe we're all the crazy ones. You know?
Right.
That is true. That is true. So, yeah, I guess congratulations to Donald Trump, who won the Nobel Peace Prize via Machado. And, well, shouldn't that make him more likely to be like, hey, I'm not going to do anything to Greenland because I did win the Peace Prize? I don't think you can have it both ways.
I'm not fully read up on Greenland, but I think his argument would be that is promoting peace by negating threats from other countries.
Peace through strength.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, we will take over Greenland with our military if we have to, because in the greater good,
Sometimes you got to crack a few eggs.
the world will be safer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got
I think that would be his argument.
We got Venezuela, we got Iran, and we got Greenland. We got a lot of irons and a lot of different fires right now. We got our finger in a lot of pies. We're tasting all of them. This date one, that's got to be Iran. Ooh, we got herring pie, Greenland. Yeah,
What is a herring pie?
a pie like a chicken pot pie with fish.
Oh, actual herring.
Yeah, herring pie.
I see.
Yeah. But I guess the good news is I haven't heard anything about Iran in like 14 hours. So maybe that's going away.
Yeah, people were seemed like it was going to get hot there for a minute.
I get my news from the Pentagon Pizza Tracker, and the Pentagon Pizza Tracker was all over this last week. Like we're about to go in, and I think that the United States military, we if you give us 3 months to find and kill anybody in the world, we can do it. We can absolutely do it. And then don't ask us what happens afterwards, but we can get that mission accomplished. Should be an interesting week. All right, we will see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.
Goodbye.